Richie, I want to go through this just really quickly. I skipped one, but we'll still do it anyway. EA Sports released a lot of different gameplay, and we are going to, I'll say this if you're in here watching, if you're one of the 200 people in here watching, at 4 o'clock tomorrow, I am going to have the stream set up, ready to go. I'll have the camera, like whatever. I might commentate on it or whatever, but like just kind of hang out with you guys. I am going to immediately fire up the PlayStation and turn on Florida State, Florida in Doak and just stream that. So if you are at work or you're driving home, be careful if you're driving home. I'm not telling you what
I was going to say,
road, but you're probably texting anyway. So whatever. I mean, at least this you're not having to interact with. If you're at work, if you didn't do the pre-order, if you forgot to download it early and you just can't watch, or you're watching and you want to put up your phone too, you're playing and you want to see, I'm going to stream Florida State tomorrow at 4 p.m. Monday. So check that out. Actually, this little video might come out on Monday anyway. So I'm going to stream that at 4 p.m. Make sure you're subscribed to come check it out. Some of the gameplay, it looks phenomenal. Like I know some of you guys aren't video gamers, so you don't really care. The intro looks really cool. Actually, Richie, you should be able to see this. Harlan, play that on the play that intro on the main or the top scene, and then bring it back to this. Let's talk about it for a second.
Osteal and Renegade look so good.
The detail there is phenomenal. Yeah, the detail of the everybody doing the chop, the spear plant, all really, really cool. So anyway, we are going to play that tomorrow, 4 p.m. Come check it out today, I guess, if you're watching the clip of this. But Richie, I'm excited to do like a dynasty on this thing. I know y'all aren't necessarily tuned in just for NCAA, I'm actually glad that it's not called NCAA because screw them. But the EA College Football Talk. But Richie, we've talked about it a lot. It feels like Christmas Eve with this thing literally coming out tomorrow. I wish, we don't have to get into this, but there were people like after the events that happened last night, obviously, tragic for some. I don't want to get into it all terribly, but like there were people that were saying like, man, EA Sports needs to just do a solid for the country and bring us all together by releasing this game. Remember when Netflix did that with The Last Dance during COVID? Like they were going to release it like in November and they were like, oh, let's back it up. I think it was like backed up to like June. I remember watching it like around my birthday. But anyway, that would have been great if EA did it. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So 4 p.m. The amount of fights that I think are going to happen with people trying to get Florida State like in dynasties, like I don't know how we're going to do our dynasty yet on Double Fresno Saw. I will say either we're going to just not have Florida State available to pick, or we're going to have to like randomize it or something because obviously everybody in the channel will want to have them, but it should be a lot of fun. Also, that intro, having the marching chiefs there, the way that the crowd was like very individualized, you could actually see the people. It wasn't just like little dots like it used to be in 2014. The actual flame, the spear, the way that they run through the flag, like all of that, the detail on the Champions Club, like just every single piece of it was phenomenal. I don't think they could have done it any better. All right, we'll get right back to the video, but several of you have messaged or asked on social media about our Patreon. It's a place where you can go and support the content that we make. You can join this channel as a subscriber. YouTube takes an astronomical amount of that, and so we try to direct people over to Patreon. If you're already a member of the YouTube channel and you pay for that monthly, you don't have to go switch, but if you want to, you can. You can go sign up for our Patreons, patreon.com/DFNS. Great way to support, great way to get access to our Discord and the private channels in there. And then also, obviously, you're going to get inside info and an exclusive kind of look behind the scenes when we have that available for different aspects of FSU football, from recruiting to just kind of whatever we're talking about at that time. Patreon.com/DFNS. The link is in the description. If you'd like to go support, we'd love to have you join us.
Yeah, I think it helps having a Florida State grad as one of the main producers of the game. But yeah, it's if you're just listening on podcast form, it basically, if you've been to Doak in the past few years for a game, that is exactly what you just saw. The intro, running through the cheerleaders out of the tunnel. to TJ's point, the detail, I think that they probably skipped over on the crowd graphics a little bit, but it is better than 2014. I'll give them that. But yeah, Osceola and Renegade look amazing. I absolutely cannot wait. And maybe, for the Double Fries Dynasty, maybe just group of 5 teams. Because we're going to fight over Florida State. I'll take Coastal Carolina. I'm planning on doing them with them anyway. But yeah, it's just the game on my PlayStation. It's downloaded, ready to go. I set a doctor's appointment for 1:45 p.m. tomorrow. I will be home just before 4. And then I am parking my ass on the couch, and my wife is going to be so frustrated because I set up the PlayStation on the main TV in the living room, and it's going to stay there. And my marriage might suffer a little bit the next coming, few weeks leading up to college football season, but it will be worth it. I think we can make it through. But yeah, no, the detail looks amazing. I've watched a lot of the streams, so if you're not aware, they've had a lot of influencers streaming all week. 8 o'clock, I think PMT and Barstool Big Cat are going to be streaming their Wisconsin and James Madison games. It does feel like Christmas Eve. We talked about this in the group chat offline, TJ. I had here in Orlando, there was a video game store that I could go to and buy the game like 3 or 4 days before the release date, which is like a $50,000 fine if EA Sports found out. But nobody knew, but I knew to go there, and they're like, "Yep, here you go." We're like, "Hey, come back in a few weeks. We'll have Madden. We'll bust the release date for that too." So that's what it feels like. So I hope if you're listening, you bought the deluxe version so you can play tomorrow afternoon. If not, I guess we'll see you online on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm pretty jacked about it. I'm a little annoyed that it's like 4 p.m., but also that's like a day before the actual release, so I'm not going to complain too much. But I wish my kids are actually like they're not around on Monday. Like they go hang out with my mother-in-law, and so like I literally have all day free, and so I kind of wish it was like 4 a.m. because I would get up and start playing. So it's all good. Hey.